how much is the salary? How much is the salary? What is the salary range? So I hear a lot of people say, why would a company be paying a graduate 200K? Or I cannot work with, I can't take the offer. They're just offering me 200K. I hear you. And believe me, I know how hard life is. I know the fact that what they are paying graduates, some companies, okay, maybe it has increased by maybe 50 or 100K, right? But then you still have companies, what they were paying graduates before this inflation, before this whole recession, right? It's still what they're paying graduates today, and you still have to buy things, your everyday needs, and those things have now times 2, times 3, times 4 the actual price, and that is a lot. Basically, what I'm saying is, I understand the hardship that we are all in. However, there are other things to consider when you receive an offer from a company. Note that every offer you receive is negotiable. First of all, if you're coming in through graduate trainee, no, I don't think that is negotiable, because it's standard for all of you that has come in for most companies. But you could try your luck. There is no harm, but I don't think that's negotiable. But if you're coming in through any other means, yes, it is highly negotiable. Every single thing on your letter is negotiable. The highest they will do is say no. Okay. Today's video, we're going to be talking about other employee benefits beyond salary. Even as an experienced hire, you can be working at a job that pays you 480, only to go to the next job that is offering you maybe 520 for a measly how much? 50K. You'll be considering, do I really need to leave my job for just chicken change? But when you see like experienced hire, you know now, when you see the offer in front of you like this, you'll be like, oh, okay, this one like, okay, I think I should move, right? But maybe not for 50K, maybe for like 100. My name is Chemaka. Okay, but welcome to my channel. Today's video, we're going to be talking about other employee benefits so that you don't miss out on a very good job. And also note that beyond salary, you are also there to learn. If the job is offering you that learning opportunity, entry level, you might want to take it so that you can start something, so that you have an actual experience on your CV. Now the first thing I'm talking about is health insurance. It's your company offering you health insurance. That's HMO, right? There are various partner companies that offer this. There's AXA, there's Hija. Hija used to be the most common one back. I think there's Avon right now. There are a lot of them out there, right? So what your company will do is ask you to pick one HMO, put you on the plan. I have always been on gold plan, so it's either gold, bronze, platinum, like that. Anyway, so they put you on the plan. That plan determines the access, the kind of hospital access you have. I fell ill in March, food poisoning, in May actually, food poisoning, and I was in hospital for 5 days, Lagoon, and I didn't pay a dime. Why? Because my HMO covered up for it. All right, so yeah, that's a benefit that you have access to for most companies. I don't think remote workers and people who are working for foreign companies, I don't think most people have access to that. But the good thing is, even as an individual, you can buy health insurance. You don't need a company to buy it. But I'm saying that your offer mostly does come with health insurance. So right now, let me tell you, there was a day I was having sore throat, and I was like, okay, sore throat. Now you buy, what's the name of that med? Strepsil. And I called MedPlus. MedPlus said 7K. Abina 6K. I don't remember that I have HMO, because all I need to do is walk in, describe my symptom, and they'll give me something. Everything is free. So I just went to the hospital, described how I was feeling, and then they gave me meds, and that was it. So yeah, it's a benefit you might want to look out for. And most standard companies actually do offer HMO health insurance. You won't find a bank, or you won't find an insurance firm. You won't find a standard company not offering HMO. The only problem is the type of HMO. There are companies who offer HMO where it's cash, whatever, you go to the hospital, whatever is wrong with you, you sign. Yeah, there are companies who do that, and HMO doesn't cover everything. Just so you know, this cosmetology now doesn't cover everything. Eye and teeth is another different ballgame. It covers some part of it, but not all the procedures. Just putting it out there. So the next one is pension. Pension, I think pension is statutory. I think pension is compulsory, actually. So it's your retirement savings. Part of your earnings goes into that, and yeah, part of your earnings goes into that. The company also pays a certain sum. They are statutorily required to pay a certain sum. So you mostly, except you're on contract, I don't think contract based or NYC, I'm not sure if they are required to. But for full-time employees, yes, this will be standard. But how much goes to that pension is where the dynamics now starts. Is where it starts doing like this, like this, like that. Okay. Also note that for your pension, you can actually collect 25% of your pension at some point. There is a caveat. There's a around it. I don't know what that is. I've never attempted to collect, but I know, I think if you're out of job for a certain period and you need access to funds, I actually think you can. I really cannot remember the dynamics around it. I just know that yes, that option is available. There's also 13th month. 13th month is, so you know you're working and they ought to pay you 12 for 12 months. 12 months makes 1 year. All right, they pay you monthly. So 12 months makes a year. 13th month means that in December, no, I think it's usually in January, whatever, late December, early January, they pay you for a 13th month, an extra money. The dynamics around this is that while some companies will pay you your full salary, I mean that if you're earning 200K, you are entitled to an extra 200K, right? Yeah, after paying you for Christmas, that's an extra 200K. Some would only pay you a certain percentage of that, meaning they can pay you 15% of your monthly take home, 12%, 25% of all of that. Yeah. So that dynamics, they might not pay you for some 50%. So it means that what you might be, your 13th month is really, really subjective. So while some will pay you in full, some would not pay you in full. It's just going to be a percentage of your salary. Profit sharing. So your company makes a profit at the end of the year if they make a profit. For some, yeah, if they make a profit. They then decide, depends on company policy really, they then decide to share like say 2% of that profit. You might think it's small. My dear brothers and sisters, if your company makes a whole lot, you know that 2 million is not, 2% might not be small, or 5%, or 10%. 10% is a stretch, but yeah, maybe 10%. So they take 10% and decide to share it to employees. Now, there are so many factors that determine what gets to you at the end of the day. There is what did you score that year? A, B, C, A plus, all those kind of things. That's what's your grade? What is your performance? Yeah. After appraisals and all of that, what was your performance? That would determine, are you in a sales unit or are you in a cost unit as a profit unit? So are you in business basically, or are you in people like IT that always spend money, right? That also determines for some companies. So all of those put together then determines how much you take home. So that is where a lot of people cash out. That's where a lot of people pay their rent from. Things around people earning, maybe some people earn as high as a lot, and people can earn as low as 60,000 naira, 500, 400, 1 million, 2 million. You could even be on a very low grade, on a very low level, but because you have an A star or you did so well, you had an A, your money could get as high as 1 million, right? This is highly dependent on your company's policy, please, which is why I cannot tell you the exact rating. So check your company's policy. But if that company offers profit sharing, you will most likely see it in your offer letter. There is also short-term incentive, STI. I don't know how that is calculated. I do not know. Well, I know I've worked at a company where I benefited, but I don't know how that is calculated. It's a lot of calculation going on there, and I hope I'm not even mixing it with profit sharing, right? There's also performance bonus, maybe different companies, different terminologies, or yeah. I know that I've experienced STI and variable pay, and I don't know if they are the same thing. But yeah, but for some companies, all I know is that within a year, you are likely to receive 2 payments, which are kind of like extras. They're kind of like free money, really, because you've worked so hard, the company has made it, and the company is sharing, giving back to you. So then passage allowance, that's the most recent that I have heard. I do not know if it's similar to variable pay, if it's similar to STI, different companies, different terminologies. All I know is that it's one of those extra free monies. Now, for most companies, it does not mean that all these things I mentioned, especially since when I said from performance bonus, it does not mean that you enjoy all of them together. No, it means that Certain companies, maybe two out of this, three. For some companies, these are the same thing, just different names. A lot of companies actually do profit sharing and performance bonus, actually, like a lot of companies. And it's usually full year and half year, right? So when it's July, you do your half year appraisals and then they pay, you do your full year appraisals and they pay also, right? So there's that this thing, just to put it out there. Then another one is HMO refund. Let me explain HMO refund to you. So, like I said, companies give you're entitled to HMO, right? On your offer letter, you see that there's a certain amount that has been set aside, has been budgeted for HMO. Maybe for your level is 700K. But in actual fact, what if you check AXA, Mansard, or Hygia, you see it on their website. What they've likely paid the HMO guys is maybe like 200, 300. It means that there's an outstanding 400, 500K somewhere that your company is holding on to. I've worked somewhere where we had to like, bruh, this money is already accounted for, it's already budgeted, let's share this money, right? And it was actually approved, so it was extra for us still. Do you know what it means? That your HMO refund, so it means that if I get my salary every month, yeah, I'm an entry level, I'm getting salary to 200K, and at the end of the year, I have an extra, maybe let's say my 13th month is 100,000. I have an extra. They do profit sharing, and I get maybe 500. That's that. And then there's STI. Maybe I get 500 or 300. I don't want to be extreme. Just giving you maybe 300, right? And then there's HMO refund where I have 400, 500K. Isn't that like, aren't we getting somewhere with the whole benefit thing? And then there's a company just offering you 300,000 with HMO benefits and pension, and then that's it. So I'm not saying that you should take a very weird offer because companies can be funny. Profit sharing can be funny. Yes, it can be funny. So this year you're earning, next year you're like, yeah. So I'm not saying that you should base all your hope on that. I'm just saying that there are other things to consider on your offer, all right, before you decide that an offer is not worth it. And if you're actually learning from that job, yeah. But I want this video to be all about money. Forget about learning. Let's not forget you that in December, maybe that company will not share food. This might seem so minute, but if you see your corporate workers are struggling so that your companies can share rice, you go doff hat. It's so funny, I know, but it is such a thing, right? Does that company share food, oil, and all of that, or actually give gift cards at the end of the year? All right, gift card could go 70, 100, 150, depending on your level. Let's not forget, there's still your monthly salary. Is there a bus allowance, or at least is there transportation coming to the office? What's that thing called? Office bus, office. I don't know, but you get what I'm saying, right? You get what I'm saying. That thing. Staff bus. Yeah, they're offering staff bus. Is there lunch allowance? Is there out of station allowance? Meaning that if you ever have to work out of Lagos, out of your primary location, that company will pay you. See, let me tell you, a lot of people in this corporate world are cashing out on this one. Out of station allowance. People are cashing out daily, but that would be if your work requires you to travel, because not every job would require you to travel. But if it does, and if your company has this in their policy, you might not know about this during. It will not be on your offer. It's usually in company's policy, but you can ask people who have worked there, right? Those guys will be able to tell you. So if you're working out of your office, they pay for your accommodation, pay for your transportation, pay for your feeding, and also give you a sort of inconvenience fee. Now that inconvenience fee is very subjective because not everybody gives inconvenience fee. So people just pay for everything and let you be like, not every company offers that. I don't think it's a deal breaker, but if you have it, that's how a lot of people get rich. All this allowance, really. Then there's weekend allowance, yeah, an inconvenience fee. So basically, you work Monday to Friday, right? If you're required to work on Saturday, and maybe Sunday, you are being paid extra time, all right? You're being paid extra time because you're required to work um, on a day where you shouldn't be working. I know that there are certain banks that offer that does that, right? Then work closes by 5. If you're working for maybe beyond 5 to late at night, yes, companies do offer that. The only problem is that it has been bastardized. I don't even think a lot of companies still honor this because there's a clause in your offer that says, oh, I can't remember, 9 to 5 or as may be required. You see that clause as may be required. Yes, a lot of companies actually hound on it and hold on to it. But the truth is that there are still times where they would pay. They will not just be paying as often as they ought to pay, right? But yeah, once in a while they'll pay to just put a smile on your face and then you are happy and all is well and all is fine and good. So the next one, you will not hustle for it. But does it exist? Yes, it does. This is how people also cash out. So when you wonder how the corporate workers balance their life, how are corporate workers able to afford some of the things that they can afford, we are surviving on all of this allowance, really. All right, we are surviving on all of this. It's like asking a sales girl, how does she survive on a 20K salary? Is the tips that come in from customers. Now, this is our own corporate tip. This is company tipping us, right? Yeah, so for us, this is how we make our money, and this is how we're able to afford some of the lifestyle that we're able to afford. Because imagine if you're living and you're able to pay your rent away from your salary, you're able to plan yourself that if we're doing weekends this week, if we do weekend and what extra time, I can use that one to go and chop shawarma, that kind of thing. So basically that's how most people in the corporate world are able to live their life. So NHF, Nigerian Housing Fund, is another benefit. You know how we talk about how foreigners buy houses for mortgage and all of that. That is what the NHF gives you access to. It enables you to, it's Nigerian Housing Fund, so a percentage of your salary goes to that every month. You can use that to assess certain houses, right? Where you can buy a house, rent to own, rent to own, pay all those kind of things, where you can access a mortgage really, and is using NHF. That dynamics, I can't really explain how it works, yeah. But yes, that's something available. Truth is, I think you can actually opt out. I think you can opt out if you want to. Truth is, I think you can actually opt out. Not everybody wants to do that. So I think a lot of people actually opt out from the NHF business. But if you want to, that is actually also available. A percentage of your salary. I think it's very minute, not a lot. You can also increase the percentage if you want to. But yeah, that's also a benefit that is available to you and I as 9 to 5 corporate employees. See, the 9 to 5 world isn't so bad after all. It's not so bad. It has its days, but it's not. When the money comes, joy comes in the morning. When the money comes, everything is settled until the money goes, and then you're back to your life of tears. Yeah. So I'm putting this video out there because I realized that beyond salary, a lot of people do not know what's up. There are a lot of people who do not even know that there are other things, especially entry level. These are the things that you learn on the job, like when you come in over time, or except you have people who have worked before you, or you have someone like me who is willing to share with you that some of these things do exist. Thank you so much for watching. If there are other things I've missed, or if you have any question, please put them in the comment section. I'll be listening. I'll be there. Yeah. I'll listen and I'll be there to respond to your questions. And if you're extra, like my other experience that I know I said you should go before, but come back. Other benefits that you're aware of or they pay in your company, please put in the comment section. Let's all learn, because it's only when somebody tell you what's happening, and that is corporate world for you. If they not tell you, you will not know. If they not tell you, you will not know. In fact, even this one I'm calling, I'm sure there are some people will be like, what's that? Yes, because their own level is a different one, right? Yeah. So if there are others, or maybe your company pays for vacation, trips, and all of that, yes, I know that's a good that. And mind you, your HMO sometimes covers only you. For some HMOs, it covers you and a dependent. Some people, for some HMOs, your dependent can be your mom if your mom is above a certain age, your parents rather if they're above a certain age. For some, it's strictly your children and your spouse. That dynamics is company dependent. Okay, so I am going to stop this video here because I keep remembering things. Is there any other thing I remember? I'll let you know in the comment section as well. Thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment, guys. Comment, yo. Okay, and subscribe to my channel. My name is Chemaka Okebu, and I would see you in my next video. Bye, guys.